Good afternoon and welcome. This is Pastor Jay Moyer coming to you with a number of updates on some of the modifications that need to be shared with you as it relates to moving into our building in 2 weeks. First of all, we're looking forward to this coming Sunday, the Sunday which represents our final week at the North Campus, a service that begins at 10 o'clock. A service that, for all practical purposes, based on weather forecast at this time, looks like it'll be a little chilly, but it's going to be dry. And so we hope that we see you on our final Sunday morning at the North Campus this coming Sunday. Which brings me then to the next point. In 2 weeks, we will be, for the first time in 6 months or so, almost 6 months, that we will be returning to our church building at 1080 Sumneytown Pike. Earlier, we shared with you that we had plans to hold 2 services, and we're staying with that plan for 2 services. But we're modifying what those services look like. The first service will be a fully masked service. The second service will be a non-required mask service. So what do I mean by that, and what brought this particular change in plan about? First of all, we had circulated a number of questionnaires throughout the congregation. We asked what time would be the best service for you to attend, and you got back to us. We asked maybe informally questions and surveys, if you will, as to how you felt about the particular parameters and ideas that surrounded each service, and we got your feedback. In addition to that, we also received a number of you coming to us directly, many of you in fact, who came with a particular concern or a position, some of affirmation towards what we were planning, and a number of you with non-affirmation. And so we listened, and we valued, and we heard what you had to say. And as a result of that, and all the additional information that we had acquired through the various surveys and feedback, we've made a decision to modify the original plan. And that is to go with one service fully masked, and the second service an unmasked, non-required mask service. And so here's what it looks like then, and kind of works itself out to look like on a 9 o'clock versus a 10:45 environment. At 9 o'clock, when persons would come, they would wear a face mask into the auditorium, into the building, and they would keep that face mask on for the duration of the service. If there would be someone who would come to that 9 o'clock service and not be able, for a variety of reasons, perhaps health concerns, unable to wear a mask for the duration of the service, and they couldn't see that taking place, there's an alternative room for those persons in the lower level. If someone would come and have a personal preference or have a personal hardship to be able to not wear a mask, they too would be invited to participate in the lower level room. That would be an unmasked required room that has live streaming brought into that room for their ability to participate and be a part of the worship service. What we also want everyone to know is that when we live stream into the lower level from our auditorium, we're also live streaming into the internet environment. On the YouTube, we will have internet access to be monitoring and viewing our service live through the internet for all to know. The second service is a 10:45 service, and we would not expect persons to mandatorily or feel obligated to wear a mask if they attend that 10:45 service. However, we do welcome you or others to wear a mask if you would desire to do so. But there's not a mandatory requirement. So it will be a service that will probably see some masked and others not masked for the service itself. I want to return to the first service for one moment, and that is at the close of this first service, what we would like to see you do in exiting the building. At the front left of the building, facing the stage, there's an exit. That exit leads out towards the parking lot. We would encourage many to take that exit as you depart. We would invite others if you need to go to the lower level to pick up a nursery child, or if you want to exit through the lower level, you're welcome to do so. You could exit out to the playground, or you could exit over into the parking lot area, whichever would be your preference. On the second service, that won't be an issue as there's no second group or third group of people funneling into the foyer for the next service. So it's a way to keep separation between those who have concern for masked versus those who are maybe unmasked. And we would appreciate if you would recognize those alternatives for departing and recognize the importance of how you enter. What we also want you to recognize is that we appreciate all of your sharing with us and your concerns that you mentioned with us. We value your opinion. We value your feelings. We heard you. And in response to your coming to us, we are modifying where we are going as we serve and as we live out church in the next month, 2 months, or 3, until things would change. And hopefully we're looking at this as a short duration of time. Hopefully we see this and can get our way through this with a very quick order of amount of commitment to this new plan of attack. We're hoping to get back together as one body, as one fellowship, one God that we worship, and one united body together. So thank you for your working with us. Thank you for all that you do and all that you've been doing with regard to helping this whole thing work with the new North Campus and everything that's involved. And we look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. And we look forward to seeing what God's going to do as we move forward as His church together. God bless you.